Welcome to the Life of KG, your ultimate destination for all things motivation and business insights. Join me, Katie Godfrey, serial entrepreneur and the brains behind the KG brand. Along the way, we'll welcome inspiring guests and share invaluable business tips to fuel your growth journey. Don't miss out. Hit that subscribe button and leave us a review. With that said, let's dive into the world of success together. I'm so privileged to know the inside of so many businesses, hundreds, if not thousands. And the one thing that loads of people struggle with is numbers. We make so much money, but then it's gone by the end of the month. We don't know where it's gone. We don't know our outgoings. We don't know our incomings. We don't know our profit margins with the treatments, which is an absolute must if we are running a business. I have been working long and hard creating an app that is for you to make sure that you know your numbers inside out and become the CEO you really need to be. So make sure you check out the show notes below and find out more. Hey everyone, welcome back to A Life of KG. I'm so excited about this episode because we have the wonderful Holly here who is dominating the hair industry.
That's quite impressive introduction actually. I don't know about that, but I'm going to take that one. Thank you.
I feel like you are, so own it.
Thank you.
Do you want to do an intro?
Yeah,
who you are,
so
what you do?
Everyone thinks my name is Rio and it's not. It's actually Holly. So in case anyone didn't know that. I'm a hairdresser, recently been starting up online, got into a bit of education and just found a passion for motivating people, starting from the bottom, not having a clue, which is where I was 18 months ago. So,
amazing.
Yeah.
So are you training them in the treatment? Are you coaching? Like, what does that look like?
I'd really love actually to get into coaching.
I'm your girl. I can teach you how to do that.
It's actually, I only had this conversation the other day, but so I got into education just because I really wanted, actually I fell into it. If you want the whole story.
Yeah.
One of my old clients, I used to own a salon and then sold it sort of at the beginning of COVID. I had some young babies and it wasn't working for me anymore. So, and she couldn't find me. And this client found me after about maybe a year, maybe 2 years. And because she couldn't find anyone to do her hair properly, she started a qualification in hairdressing, which was I've never heard that before. And she was like, oh, now I found you, like I don't need to complete the qualification. And I was like, no, like carry on. You've just invested a lot of money. So anyway, then she said, is there any chance I could pay you to like help me with some, cutting and I thought, well, I've never done that before. Like, I don't know how to teach someone. I thought, fuck it, I'll just give it a go. So she came to me, just did like an hour and a half and literally just did like a one cut on, I think it was her sister-in-law. And she left and I literally felt like, oh my God, that was amazing. This is my calling. Like I just loved every minute of it. I wasn't sure how it was going to go, but it was really, really good. So from that point, it just sort of tumbleweeded. I then knew that I wanted to go into some sort of education, but I'd never done it before. So I didn't know how, didn't really know what I was doing. And literally, excuse me, I've learned along the way, like each one I thought could have changed that, could have done this better, and just been teaching ever since then, really.
I love that. And it is just about learning along the way, isn't it? Like every single time you do something, you pick up something new.
Yeah. And there's been I still go on education days myself, genuinely to learn other things. I don't know everything, but also go now just to see like, how are they teaching? Are they doing like active learning? Is it just sat there? Like I've been in classes before, like obviously some people are great, but been in some teaching classes and you literally just sit there basically all day and watch them do hair and you think, mate, I haven't taken in anything you've just said. My mind is somewhere else. So those sort of things, I picked up little snippets and then just developed something into what is my own. And then from that have found a real passion with like part of the day I'll touch on social media because I feel like I really feel like that is genuinely, I believe, the only way to grow your business now. And because I've done it quite quickly, people are interested in how. So I know they want to know that. So I do throw in like obviously you could talk about social media like all day.
Yeah.
But I'll do like a solid hour on what I found worked for me in the beginning and blah, blah. And then I feel like people are really engaged with that. And that's then like I'll get people sort of stay behind after and end up chatting. And I think I'd love to motivate people because they always think like, oh, well, you must have loads of help, you must come from a really wealthy family or blah, and because none of it is true, I feel like I can really motivate people and I love doing that. So that happened then. I'm like, maybe I could get into some sort of coaching. So that's where that's hopefully would be in the future. But who knows?
I love that. Obviously, you said about people assuming we come from backgrounds, wealthy families, all of these things.
Yeah.
Obviously, I know you've had difficult time when it comes to like childhood, and I always think that just makes us into the people we are today, right? Like
100%.
all the time. But do you want to like scratch on kind of background and what's happened there?
So I'm doing a workshop this weekend actually with Sarah, who SLK, she's a hairdresser as well, and for the first time I wrote something down, like an opening speech, and spoke about it a little bit. And it is quite a vulnerable place to be in, because it's not really something that you like. How far do you go with it online? I think, well, I don't want to put too much online. I don't want people to like think I want sympathy or anything. But I do think it's important to know that these things are okay to talk about. But so I haven't spoken to my mum in about 6 years. There was really messed up childhood. I suffered a lot of abuse from my stepfather, which is not something that I've openly spoken about. Then that was a historical case. It went to court only probably about 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. And, you know, the outcome was okay, but I don't really feel like the justice system did amazing. But, you know, it is what it is. And it wasn't something that I was comfortable doing. However, the only reason I did that was to show the kids, you know, if the kids ever knew or found out anything or whatever, if I ever had to explain that story to them, then, you know, it sounds really corny, but I thought I need to show them that I did something to stand up for myself, therefore did the whole historical case, which was really shit, obviously. So my mum was involved in that. So had a really rocky relationship with her over the years, always wanted like a really close family, solid family unit. Like I've just, you know, I see friends have that or other people, I think, oh, like you're so lucky. Like I'd love to have that. But it was never going to be feasible with what I was working with. So obviously haven't spoken to him in a long time. Haven't spoken to my mum in 6 years. It's a bit sad, but I'm used to it now. I moved out of like the family home when I was 18 and I've never been back, basically. So, yeah.
And it just makes you like be the stronger person that you are now. And then also like you've got your babies now, right? And I'm sure you want to create like a completely different life for them.
Yeah, I think like you have to look at it two ways. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not always like, this is fine, I'm strong because of it and, you know, all of that. But I think for me, I think the only way that I can put it in a okay way to deal with in my own head is that if that didn't happen to me, I wouldn't be who I am today. You know, maybe I'll be like a lesser version or I don't know, whatever version I may have been, but also I wouldn't be the parent that I hope that I am. You know, I could have gone a totally different way. And I think everything that I've experienced, I just want to make sure that I don't follow the same cycle, you know, break the cycle, I think is the saying. But I just think, you know, they must have both probably gone through things in their childhood, maybe that made them a little bit messed up. And unfortunately that was passed on to me, but I just think it takes someone to break the cycle, and that's going to stop with me for sure.
We've gone through something very, very similar and gone through court cases and that, and that's a lot. It drains the hell out of you, don't it?
And I think people seem to think it's quite an easy thing, like, oh, why didn't you tell the police and why didn't you do this? Like, obviously without going too deep, like there's many reasons why not, but also like it's not an easy process. Like, and then you've got to stand up in like a room full of strangers. Their defendant is basically telling everyone, oh, you're lying because this is, and then you have like saying such personal things it's honestly, I'm glad that I did it, but I don't know, what advice would I give to someone that was doing it? I don't know. Honestly, I wouldn't know. I don't know that it didn't make me feel any better. Didn't get the result that I would have wanted or that he deserved. So, but I just think doing things like, for me, being successful for the children and obviously for myself, but it makes me feel the more that I'm achieving and the more that I'm pushing makes me think more like, fuck you.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
but also you've built like such a huge network now online and a following, and like you said, you haven't really talked openly about these things. Now you're starting to talk open about these things, like the amount of lives you'll change without even realising, where other people are going to step forward and be like, no, actually, this happened to me when I was younger and I'm not having it, and feel strong enough to do that now because they've heard your story.
It sounds really cool. It is, honestly, it is quite an uncomfortable like situation, because what I really don't want is, I wouldn't want anyone to think that, which is why I've never spoken about it, because I don't want anyone to think that that's like my story. because that's not like, it is and it isn't, but I don't want to be like, oh, like this is what happened, like everyone feels sorry for me. Like I don't want or need that. The only reason I would or have mentioned it is just to prove that you can still push through anything.
Yeah.
Anything. You just have to have the mindset and want it enough, really.
Definitely. Well, you're doing amazingly.
Thank you.
So,
I'm trying.
Person. Yeah, definitely. So let's talk about the juicy stuff.
Okay.
Socials.
Yeah.
You haven't been on socials that long,
No,
right?
it's been like 18 months.
Why was you late to the party?
I don't know. I've always said I'm really quite rubbish on my phone. Like, I genuinely don't really enjoy like the scrolling. Like I barely really had a personal page before. It just wasn't, I always felt like social media made me feel shit. I'd like look and think, oh, she's so pretty, or I need that outfit, let me buy it, but it doesn't make me feel better, or why am I not achieving what that person is?
Yeah.
So that's why I didn't really enjoy that, but it's also why I've tried to make my page just normal. You know, I'll show up looking like shit. I don't ever put a filter on a story or a video. Like, I just don't, because it just makes me feel uncomfortable when I see it. It's just not what I'm about. So I'm late to the party, but at least I turn up. Eventually.
Definitely. It sounds like at the perfect time. And it's funny because whenever I'm the same when I scroll, which is very rare because I know my mind just can't take it. Yeah. Like, it's really interesting, isn't it? It was like not that long ago, and I had one of them lazy mornings, and I thought, well, I'm not really doing anything, let's just scroll. And I just realised the rest of that day was like, my mood was so low, and I was like, it's because I bloody scrolled. So I always post and go. People, it looks like I'm on socials all the time, but I'm actually not.
I literally do the exact same. And if I go on and I start doing it on TikTok scrolling, you do get into that like state. But the more you're just active and doing stuff, absolutely. Like, I'll put on stories, but whilst I'm active.
Yes.
And I think like it's just, that's really important anyway, just being, you have to be present, and there's definitely a pressure, but you just got to show up as much as you can.
Yeah. So are you more active on TikTok or Insta, or what's the one that blew up first?
TikTok.
Okay.
So I once heard something at the beginning when I learned how to edit a video. I did a course, which is actually Sarah, SLK, she did a course that basically like it showed you how to edit a video and the main things. Like, it was quite a long course, however, like typical, I just did like the first bit and was like, okay, I'll just go and get on with that. And then I don't even think I ended up completing it, but I did do sections, just not all at once. So learned how to edit the video. And I'm sure, I don't know, I can't remember if it was her or I'd heard it somewhere that they were like, basically it's easier to grow on TikTok and you can earn from that. And I thought, right, that's a bit of me. What else can I do? And they said, so because that was easier, that was one I wanted to start on the most. And I still remember the exact words I said to my husband, James. I said, I'm just going to give it a go. I'll give it a go for 1 year because I know like if I had that focus, I will stick to it, but only for that amount of time. Yeah. So I said, I'll give it a go for a year. And if nothing happens, like I'll stop. And if it does, great. Like, what's the worst that can happen? Like nothing. So I literally totally ignored Instagram. I don't think I even posted like a before and after at the back of someone's head. That was what the page looked like before. But I just gave up on it. TikTok blew up and then realized, hold on a second, like I'm like nothing on there. And I needed to build it up. And it was tough because I just totally ignored it.
Yeah.
But I just kept on at that and was consistent with that. And that's just like grows crazy. Like each week is like it still blows my mind.
What do you think it was? Did you wake up one morning and think, fuck, I've gone viral, and then everything's gone viral after that?
I had a terrible time.
Was it more of a process?
No, really? It went really bad in the beginning.
Oh, tell.
So in the beginning, I didn't really know what I was doing. So I'm just like doing stupid trends. Like literally, I've kept them on there as well. So there's some real embarrassing ones. But I thought, no, I'm just keeping them on because that's how it started. So, and I remember, it's actually really bad, but this is just the truth. So I'm just going to be honest with you. My daughter, Imogen, how old was she? She was 13 at the time. She said, there's this trend going around about, can I touch you? Like, why don't you do a video on it? And I was like, what do you mean? And she was like, well, there's a hairdresser saying something like about, can I touch you? And I was like, that doesn't make sense. And she's like, yeah, that's the point. Like, there's this trend and it's really good. And I thought, okay, yeah, cool. Like, I just, at that time, wrongly so, I would have done anything just to do, let's just grow this platform so that I can earn money. So without understanding it fully, we did this video. taking the piss out of the "can I touch you" phrase. Anyway, and it went horrendously wrong. So it went mad viral. Like I haven't looked at the video for a long time, but millions and millions of views and mad hate on it. Like, what the fuck, you fucking... I was getting inboxes, people making videos of my videos, like slating, like honestly, like I had the worst experience right at the start. It pushed out my profile loads because I had a quick growth, like a spike in growth from that, but the hate was horrendous. So then I was like, oh my God, like, wait, like and then obviously after reading all of these comments, seeing all the videos, I'm like, wait, that's what they're talking. I didn't know what it meant. I didn't even see the original woman that did this trend. Well, it wasn't a trend. I think that's how she runs her salon. Like she has alternative people coming in and, you know, but so she started that off. I hadn't seen her page, so I didn't even know what it was about. So I was uneducated and, you know, it was an ignorant thing to do. But so after I had all this, I then realised and thought, oh my God, no, that's of course not what I meant. Like, I'm not saying we shouldn't make sure that our customers are okay and comfortable. Like, I don't think that we all have to say that exact phrase, but absolutely do I think we need to, you know, make sure that we're telling them the process of the appointment or you know, lots of different things. So then I panicked, was doing face to camera video, like, oh, but I didn't mean like this and this. And then people were like, oh my God, look how angry you are. And you're coming. And I was like, oh my God. Like I was just desperate for people to not think I was SEUNT. And then that wasn't working. That was getting hate. And I remember I was on the phone to my sister and she was like, I said, I'm going to do another video because now I could say this and this. And she was like, just stop. Like, these people aren't paying your bills and no matter what you say, it's not going to be right. Like it's done now. You just have to move on. And it was awful. It was really, really horrendous. I was addicted to my phone and it was, but by the time I just put it down and forgot about it, I stopped reading the comments and stopped doing all that. I slowly got over it, but it was a massive, huge learning curve, massive.
My gosh. I think it's good for people to hear though, because I think we all jump on these trends of different things and don't maybe know the back end of the stories. And we're ignorant to
it because at the start, like you see people that do have quick growth or something, you think, oh, well, I'll just do that. Like, I don't care. But when it happens to you, it's shit. Like, it's really shit. And also, like, maybe some people might still remember that video. I don't know, but I don't want to be known for being that. That's not me as a person. Like I'm all for each to their own and I'd never slate anyone for anything they do or anything they believe in or whatever. But that's how I think I came across and it's awful. So
from that video then, did everything go up from there or did it then dip back down and you have to build it then?
Do you know what? I feel like I can't really remember, but I was, I just carried on through it. I just ignored it. And I think I might have turned the comments off or I can't remember, but I just carried on and just had to forget about that. And then it was like still just, I suppose, like still a good but steady growth. But I just threw myself into it again and I was doing like 3 videos a day, continued to just keep trying. Like I didn't give up. Some videos were like 50 views and I was like, oh my God, like that's so embarrassing. But you see things now which are really true. Like if you had 50 people in a room that have just liked or watched a video, like that's a fucking lot of people. But we're so obsessed by, again, comparing ourselves to other people's pages. Like, oh, but they've got like 5 million. Why have I not got that? I'm not as good as them. But everyone has to start somewhere. And, you know, maybe they were on TikTok for 10 years. There's always something we're just desperate sometimes, and I guess I was in the beginning, but I learned a hard lesson.
We had a TikTok specialist actually come here and record an episode with us, and they actually said like the amount of people that see your video, the percentage is so high that new like fresh people, like 80% or something ridiculous. Really? Like, so it's like even if your video only gets 500 views, like I don't know the maths, but over 400 people of those are like fresh people. So it doesn't really matter too much, right?
No.
Like when you're first starting out and getting down about the numbers. But they did also say about the posting the 3 times a day. How long did you do that for?
Quite a while.
Is that not exhausting?
Yeah, do you know what? Like looking back now, I have no idea how I did that. Like literally no idea. Like when I say it to people now, I just think like, what the fuck did I even post about? Like, I don't even know. Like, I think there was like a lot of silly trends that I did, or I did a lot of short form content then. So, you know, I think that that's the thing. You can actually use one piece of content for so many different things.
Yeah.
And because at the point that I wasn't earning on TikTok, I didn't care whether it was a 3-second video or a minute video. Like, to me, just a video had to go up.
Yeah.
Really, like, I do still think that's important, but I think probably what's more important, which maybe I should have thought of in the beginning, was like, what is going up? Like, you have to, again, with that "can I touch your video," like, that shouldn't have gone up, but I just wasn't thinking. So I think you have to just do what works for you, as in, like, you know, how many times can you post? Can you do 3 good posts a day? And who are you talking to? Like, for me, that was the most important lesson that I'd learned, that, you know, you can't just talk to, so in my industry, in the hair industry, you can't just talk to customers and hairdressers, because the algorithm don't have a clue where to put you. So who is this video for? And I think when you start thinking about things like that, the page becomes less messy, and then your audience, it starts coming in on who you actually want. That's then when I started to get more clients and things like that. So instead of going in scatty, like, actually, like, strategizing, I suppose.
Yeah, I think lots of people go wrong with that across everything though, right? They're like trying to talk to so many people all the time, or now I'm going to set up this business, or now I'm going to do this course, or now I'm going to do this. And I'm like, whoa, we've got like 5 different ideal clients here.
Yeah, exactly. Like, where are we going? Yeah, exactly. That, I mean, that's great. I think it's really good to have that energy, if you like. That's great, but I think it does take someone, and really, like, I have a girl called Ellie who came on board with me quite quickly, and so I'm going to say it's quite important for me to have someone like her, because I'll throw all these mad ideas, exactly like what you were saying, still now at her, and she's like, well, no, that's not going to work because we've got this coming up, or we need to think about it. Why don't we save that, or do like, so someone that keeps you focused and doesn't just go, we'll just do all of it, and then you end up like fucking up half of it, or missing half, or not doing it properly, or like, it's really important, even if, you know, you do just work by yourself with no one else, but just to do that for yourself. I think it's really important.
If you haven't been on a business retreat, this is an absolute game changer for your business. I know so many people are so nervous about traveling on their own, being abroad, going on holiday, basically with a bunch of people that they don't know. But honestly, you will be so thankful that you made this move in your business. I host 2 business retreats twice a year, and they're all different places around the world. So go to kgbusinessmentor.com, press the retreat tab, and you'll see where we are going next in the world. Go and grab your space now. Those that are wanting to go more on either TikTok or Instagram, do you find that you need to be completely do different types of content, or do you just mix and just do the same across all of them?
I was doing, at one point, I was doing that, but now the same thing goes up on both.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's the right thing. Like, I honestly I'm not a pro at it. That's just what I do.
Yeah.
Like, if I didn't work full time behind the chair, then maybe I could go, I'll put a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but it's not possible. Like, it's just, for me, it's not.
Yeah. What content would you say is working the best right now? If people are wanting to grow their accounts, what should they be putting up there?
I don't think there's one thing, if I'm honest, because I think if I was to go, for me, most of my consultations, they do quite well. Like, if I do a face to camera, they're not so well. However, like, you can't just, I don't want to say, oh yeah, like, go and put a consultation up and like, it's going to be amazing. Like, one, that's not the case, but also you have to think about what it is for you as the person, because you can't just copy, because then how are you ever going to develop yourself online? Like, so I wouldn't start by, oh, that's what worked on that person's page, I'm just going to do the same. Like, you just got to just be yourself, or figure out like what it is you want to put out online and why. Like, find your story and just stick to it. Like, it's not going to grow overnight. Like, that's not reality. But I think showing up online as yourself is genuinely like the most important thing ever.
Which I 100% agree with. And I've always been like showing myself personal branding, PR, like it's always been my bag.
Yeah.
But I think people find it so difficult to be themselves.
Yeah.
But maybe that's just because of like just all the noise out there of how you should be,
how
or
we
what
said
you
we
should
felt
do.
before.
Yeah. Like,
yeah, 100%. Absolutely. Like, that's one of the main reasons that Sarah and I are doing the workshop this weekend, because like, that's not out there. Like, you know, you can go on a million different social media courses, like how do I build a video? What's the algorithm? Blah, blah, blah. But I don't genuinely believe that there is one thing that's just going to make you grow. Like it's not, otherwise everyone would be doing it. Everyone's platform would, you know, do that. But it's having the tools or the mindset or the confidence that no one's born with, or the fuck it, let's give it a go, like I had. And that's why I think I've figured that that's what I want to help people with, because it is sometimes hard to get over, and sometimes people can't get over that themselves. Sometimes they need a bit of, you know, a held hand to help them. And I think if that's what you need, then that's what you need to seek, because literally, like, life is social media now. Like, whether we like it or not, I used to have customers that would be like, oh, my best friend recommended me to you, or you do my mum or my nan's hair. Or actually, like, back in the day, people used to put stuff out in newspapers, you know, like that was how it was. Or back in the day when you could just put the back of someone's head on your Instagram and that was enough, but it's not now, it's not enough. And as much as I would love for it to go back like that, it's never going to happen.
No, the amount of people that come to me and go, but I hate socials. And I'm like, you're going to be taking over.
But do you know what? If they do show up as themselves and be persistent, it gets easier. You actually do enjoy it in some form.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to say I absolutely love it. Like, what I don't love is like the I don't have a lot of spare time, but that is my own fault. I'm a yes person, so I'll say to Susan, who's asked for a last minute appointment, I'll try my best to fit her in, where I think actually I need to be editing, and you just have to look at it as part of the job. But yeah, I think we just got to throw ourselves in.
Yeah, your DMs must be crazy. Do you have someone managing them?
Yeah, I do.
Because I'm like,
my
mine
angel
are nuts,
Ellie.
and I'm like, yours must be on steroids.
Yeah, it is, Matt. Like, I try and do as much as I possibly can myself. But Ellie is like my saving grace. Like, we've worked together since last April, and when she first came on, someone had recommended me to her, and we had this call, and she'd not long had a baby, and I was like, I don't know what I need help with, like, because she was like a PA type person. I was like, but I just need some help. And we've developed together, and honestly, I couldn't live without her. But if there's anything that's super important, like, she'll send it over to me, or she's like, can you reply to this, or like nudge me, or you know, and you do need help at some point. Otherwise, I couldn't do the hair and reply to everyone. And I really try hard to reply to as many as I can, because it's important. Like, I think if someone takes the time to message you that, then, you know, if you can, give a bit back.
Definitely. Because obviously socials has blown up for you, but you're still doing full-time hair. Like, you haven't got the salon anymore, but you're still doing clients.
Yeah.
Like, how's that all going?
So I've just decided to give up Saturdays, which I feel is really controversial for a hairdresser, which I like. But again, like I mentioned before, I'm definitely a yes person. I'm a full pleaser in all of, like, with the kids and work and everything. But Saturdays doesn't work, and I think like, obviously the kids come first, and my son is starting a little football club in September, and it's on a Saturday, and I'm like, how am I never going to be able to take him to football?
Yeah.
Like, I just don't want to do it. And I'm, as much as I am, like, I just don't want to come across like I'm being fancy or whatever, because, oh, you've got a growth on whatever. Like, it's nothing to do with that. It's that luckily I can take a step back and work in other areas, but my kids come first, and I've got to say, no, I can't do your hair, I'm afraid, on a Saturday, because that's not a good balance for me. So that's how I'm trying to take the steps. I used to work evenings and Saturdays and Sundays, and I'm like, no. So then I filtered into the week. But at the moment, I've been doing like 7 days a week, and it's too much.
It's so exhausting.
I'm losing the plot. It really, like, I love it, but I don't feel like you can give your all to someone if you're burnt out yourself. Like, and I am learning that hard lesson, because I'm trying to keep up with the growth and the demand and the videos and the whatever, but then you're losing the love for it. So I'm giving up the Saturdays in September, and I'm actually really, really, really excited. Like, I had loads of hairdressers message on the post I put out the other day about it, and they're like, it's the best thing I ever did, like, I love it. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait. So I'm doing that, and I'm going to try and only do, I say I try, like, it's literally under my control. Like, I can control it, but I'm going to try and do Monday to Thursday, have a Friday off, but as like an admin-y day. And see how that goes.
It's always really difficult as well with the kids because you're still trying to work and that's what we love. And then we've got our children and then we're trying to juggle that. And I remember when I like fully come off the tools.
Yeah.
But then when my little girl wasn't with me on a weekend, I wanted to fill my time. So I went back into the salon just on Saturdays. And then that then grew to every Saturday rather than every other Saturday. And she had a hospital appointment that randomly was on a Saturday. So obviously I had to take that day off. And I remember like she was only like 2 at the time and she was like, we never spend the weekend together. I loved today.
Oh, no.
And straight away I was like, I've literally been pleasing all the clients over my child, no more.
Yeah.
And I just stopped.
Yeah.
And it was like the best thing. So you've got to love being at the football games.
And that's the thing. Do you know what? It's just like, I think I don't know why as a beauty and hair industry, we feel like, oh, but I need to do that for them. Like, I don't want to sound ungrateful for clients because that is, you know, really the only reason that I can pay my bills or could, you know, like there's other income now, but I am really, really grateful. But like times are changing. And I think for me, if I want my hair done, I have to take a day off work to go get my hair done. Not that I'm saying everyone can take a day off, but if you can't fit in, then maybe I'm not the hairdresser for you. I don't know, like it is a struggle. I don't want it to come across wrong, but I just think we have to put ourselves first. And in this industry, we're known for not doing that.
Yeah, we're all massive people pleasers in this industry. It's why we do what we do.
Yeah.
But I also think a lot of client behaviour has changed as well since COVID. Obviously, it's you in your business. When we've had teams and we found that Saturdays were always like our busiest days.
Yeah.
And it was like, we used to have a rule of only 4 Saturdays a year you could
same.
take off.
Same, we had that in our first salon.
And it was like,
we're like, oh my God, how many have I got?
Whereas now, we're like, let's just shut shop early every Saturday. Like, you guys need a life. Like,
but that is literally goes back to because we're pleasers. Because you're like, okay, well, all right, so-and-so works Monday to Friday, so they have to come on a Saturday. Well, they could come on a late night or a half day, or if they're a teacher they can come in the half term. Like everyone can you know, be more accommodating. But yeah, I don't know, it's like that was how it was back in the day, but I don't feel like it's like that anymore.
Yeah, no, it's funny. Well, everyone will follow your lead now and the industry won't be working Saturdays.
I hope so. Listen, if it imagine no more Saturdays. Yeah, oh God. Well, if that is the case, it's not down to me unless everyone's happy about it, then I'm happy to take that. I
think everyone will be happy with it.
Oh my God. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm excited for it. Can't wait.
Yeah.
I mean, I might be pulling my hair out. Listen, I might be back to it. I don't know. Like I always found Saturdays, because everywhere you go out is so busy on a Saturday. And I'm like, oh no, but it's different now. The kids are like, they're a lot. We've got 3 kids and I don't feel like it's fair on James. He works all week and then Saturday's running around after them all. Like I want to see that like the kids ain't young for young for long.
They literally go up so quick. Quick. How do you find juggling business with babies?
I feel like I'm really lucky that James helps. They're his kids too, right? Like why?
Yeah.
As
I
women,
always used to find myself doing that.
Oh my God. I remember when the littlest one was a baby and they were like, oh, is he taking all 3 kids out? Any good? I'm like, any good? They're his fucking kids too. But no, I am really lucky. Like, I think it's been a really hard transition. It's definitely not been plain sailing for us the last 18 months. We've argued and we've like clashed because I'm like, oh, he's like, well, I can't finish early. And I'm like, well, I've got a client but touch wood, I feel like it's settling and it feels calmer. It's been harder because the kids haven't all been of school age. So, you know, you're paying crazy fees for nursery and 3 different drop-offs I'm at the moment. And that's a bit mad, but we just really just try and help each other as much as possible. Like if he finishes early, he'll be like, I'm going to get the kids. And I'm like, oh, it's fine. Like I'm going to finish on time. He's like, well, you can have a chill or, you know, I don't know, just put your feet up. Like he's really, really supportive, which for me has genuinely been one of the, like, this sounds really corny. I'm actually not a very like nice person to him. So if he's watching this, he's going to love it. But yeah, like for me, like he never gives me shit about anything. So if I'm like, well, you know, like this weekend I'm in Manchester and then I might be going here. And recently I just took my eldest to New York and then got back and was away again. Like he's like, yeah, that's fine. Like it's no problem. Like I know it's for work. Like, and he knows I'm doing it for the future of all of us. Yeah. I'd love to hopefully at some point be able to bring him along to things with me, you know, like if there's award nights or I don't know, whatever. But because the kids are little, we don't have the family help. I'd love to be able to be like, here, mum, can you have the kids for us for a weekend? But it's not a luxury we have. So we make it work. But I genuinely think the only reason that I've been able to do all of this is because I've had the support from him.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It makes a massive difference, your partner and who you're with.
100%.
If they're supportive.
Yeah, I don't know how he puts up with me. I am a proper bitch sometimes, but...
It's
a lot. If I'm overwhelmed, I'm like, fucking hell. But he leaves it. Yeah, if I've got to do something on my phone, or if I'm texting and we're like pause something on Netflix, and he's like, but I'm just trying to like message away, and he's like, no, it's fine, don't worry about it. Like, again, he's not always been like that. It's been a thing, but because I think, actually, I tell you what, it was difficult when I wasn't earning from anything.
Yeah.
So when I'm putting in all of this work in the beginning and I'm not seeing nothing back, he's like, fuck's sake, you know, blah, blah. But now he can see the benefits and sees that it is important and it is a job.
Yeah.
He's like, it's cool, like, don't worry.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And it is a job. And tell us the secret of how to monetize on TikTok.
So
how does that work?
So, I mean, I think there's a few different ways, and I'm not clued up on all of it. For me, it's the Creator Fund. So once you get to 10,000 followers on TikTok, you can apply for the Creator Funds, and you have to have a certain amount of views in a certain amount of days. But if you've got to 10,000 followers, you're likely to have that.
Yeah.
It's not like a really big stretch. And then once you're approved on that, the only videos that qualify are over a minute long. So if it's 1 minute, 1 second, that's fine. And it depends how long the video is watched for, and who's watching it. So I believe that you only earn off the For You page. So like, you know, if I'm like, oh, get all your mates on it and watch it so I can, like, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
So some videos are shit, some videos are great. Like, it's not just like, oh yeah, you're earning loads of money now, you're on the Creator Fund. Like, it's not. They've still got to be engaging videos. You've got to make someone watch it that isn't already a follower.
Yeah.
Actually, I hate that word, just realising saying follower. Like, I feel like that sounds really derogatory.
I know what you mean.
Supporters.
Tribe.
Something. I love you all. I don't think followers sounds awful. I just realised that as I said it. But yeah, so that's how it works. But I think you can also earn off going live as well. Quite a few people that I know like do live, and you can earn quite well off that. I don't do live. It's not something like, I can't do it all. I could if I had loads of other people helping. But yeah, so some months are really great, some months aren't as good, but that's like a sort of ticking over income that comes in now.
Yeah, and obviously then you can go into like sponsorship deals, product
working
stuff.
with brands.
Yeah.
Or you can also actually, just going back to TikTok, you can do the showcase. So I think that's the first like thing. Okay, so in order, I believe it's 500 followers and you can go live. So then you can start earning from that. Then it's 1,000 followers and you can set up your showcase, which is like products and stuff. So you could always just like, I don't know, whatever you've got in your cupboard, be like, oh, this product's great because of blah, blah, tag it. And if people buy it, you'll earn commission. And then the 10,000 is the Creator Fund.
Yeah.
So that's in that order, I believe. Unless it's
Isn't
anything
it
else.
crazy that you can like make money from stuff like that?
It's mental. I think, where does TikTok earn its money from? I don't know. Who cares? I don't care. I don't care.
Just keep it coming.
Yeah, like how do they have so much money like to pay people? Like, I'm not getting so much money, but I mean, like they pay so many people.
So
like, where does
many.
it come from?
No
I don't
idea.
know, but yeah. Like, thank the Lord. But it's amazing, like, the opportunities you can bring in. It really can. It's crazy.
Yeah, because you do lots of brand deals and stuff now,
yeah,
don't you?
I've started to do, that was a bit slower. I believe that it was a bit slower and still not as great as maybe it could be. Like, I don't have, like, a contracted thing with any brand yet, hopefully. But I think because I am just myself and I don't try to not swear or be posh, not that I'm saying everyone, if you swear, just swear, but that's not going to be attractive to professional brands, but I can't stop doing that just to turn myself into what they want.
No.
So, but yeah, I do. I've worked with a couple now, doing a few videos, and it's amazing. Like, amazing. Sometimes I think, how the fuck have I get the product for free and then I've got to make a video and just post it. Like, it still, honestly, still blows my mind. But I think I just take it with a pinch of salt now, because otherwise I'll probably gas myself up too much and be like, woohoo.
I do always think that though. It's like, how many times do we sit there and be like, this is my life? Like, how have we just like created this? It's
honestly, like, yeah, it's mental. mental.
I love that. So really, like the main thing is just everyone just to be themselves.
Yeah, I think so. Like, that sounds really corny, doesn't it? But I just think, listen, like, some people think, oh, but I haven't got anything interesting to share. But everyone watches different stuff. That's the biggest thing I could say. Like, James is on TikTok and he watches like men just doing hilarious things on TikTok, or he watches golf videos or someone building a roof. So if there's videos for him to watch, there's different videos for me to watch, and for you, there's something out there for everyone. So that's why I just think you have to, and also if you're trying to copy someone else's shit, you're never going to be able to sustain that. So then you're going to be in a hole and you'll be like, fuck, I don't even know who I am now. Like, who am I online? Or if you then filter in yourself, people are like, well, that's not you. Like, I just, it's got to be organic, has to be, otherwise you can't maintain it.
Yeah. Do you show a lot of your personal life and children and stuff or not?
No, like I have started to bits, like little bits, but listen, it's a fucked up world. Well, going back to the beginning of this podcast, like it's not like I would love to plaster my kids everywhere because they are all insanely gorgeous, and I think they're all great. They all have lovely personalities, but I just don't feel like it's not my page. I don't fit like that. Like, I think you've got to give a little bit of personal because people are nosy. Like, I'm nosy. I want to know like where you're moving to Dubai. But I just feel like it's got to be the right balance for whoever that is.
Yeah.
And I don't want my hair, business page to be taken over with my family. So I'm happy to share a little bit, but yeah, I think you just got to be careful. Got to be careful. And, that, like I mentioned, there's family that I don't talk to. Like, I don't want them having the privilege of seeing my kids because, if you're not in their life, fuck off, basically.
Yeah, sure.
So, yeah.
What's next for you then?
Well, I think I would love to do the coaching or mentoring in some way. That's definitely something that Ellie and I wanted, like I mentioned only, I think it was last night, with Ellie, like, she has a young daughter, and like without her, like I said, I wouldn't be able to manage everything. So I really want her to come into that with me as well, because I feel like she's got so much that she could bring to it. So it's something that I'd like to put out there, obviously, and advertise it under my brand, but I want her to be like a really great add-on, which I know she will be to people. So I think together, I want her to succeed and come along this journey with me, which obviously she is, but and she gets paid, obviously, but in other ways, I want her to be paid in other ways too. Yeah. So hopefully, I'd love for us to be able to launch something together and literally just do it to feel fulfilled. Like, everyone can have their different, I'd love to earn £5 million a year. Who wouldn't? But I'm also aware that is there a certain amount of money that's going to make you happy? Like, again, it's very corny, but I want to feel like I can give something back. Yeah. And because of my story and my upbringing, like I want, if I can make one person achieve something similar, if not better than what I have, then I'd feel incredible. And that would genuinely be worth more, maybe not worth more than 5 mil, but but at 5 mil would be great as well. But no, like, that genuinely would make me feel amazing. And I think that's where hairdressing comes from as well, like making people feel good. And I've had people cry in their seat and I'm like, fuck, man, like, it is amazing. And it is really, really corny, but that's genuinely, I think that would be amazing. I'd love to do more brand work. I want to talk. I really have a passion that I've found along the way for like motivating people that think they can't. That I don't know genuinely what that really looks like on like a bigger scale, but that's the passion.
Stage talk.
So yeah, maybe, I don't know. I mean, I obviously would shit my pants, but but yeah, maybe, I don't know. Listen, if it could help, and yeah, I think like it would make me feel good that I've fought this much and got this far. Like I honestly, I appreciate everything that has come my way. Like, it's been mad. It's been a mad journey, and I'm really, really grateful for it.
Yeah, I think it's like this. Like I said, the money's great, right? Like 5 mil in the bank would be incredible. Like, no one's going to turn that down.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's always so much more than the money.
Yeah,
it's like that impact on other people. Like, I'm the same. Like, I just literally live by heart-led stuff. Yeah. Like, it's just my vibe. But and the money comes in after that.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, of course. But even like comes along the way, like, you know, I have, before I started this, like I was doing a bit of hair here and there, but I'm always asking James for money. I'd be like, oh, can I have this? Or can I, like, you know, I wasn't contributing financially at home at all. So that was the first goal. Like I wanted to be able to earn a certain amount of money. And then like you get to that, and I don't know if it's just a personality trait or whatever, but I'm like, okay, like that's cool that I can contribute or do this, but like it still doesn't fill me properly.
Yeah.
And I think it's figuring out where you want to go. And I definitely think whatever path someone takes, it has to be what they genuinely want. And I wasn't aware that that would be mine in the beginning, but that's from each thing I've achieved and people I've spoken to, I'm like, that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
So.
Definitely. For those that have been living under a rock, where can they reach
it
out?
must be. I'm terrible at this. So Instagram is _Rio Hair _ I believe. And then TikTok is way longer. So TikTok is Rio _hair _HF.
Perfect. We will put it in the show notes.
Yeah. That's where you can find my stuff on there. Yeah.
It was brilliant. Please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you leave a review about this episode and then tag your friends. Tag us on socials, screenshot it, do all the things. We'd be really grateful. But thank you so much for coming
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Welcome.